Now, the last time we were here, I think, for a going-away party, it turned into a bit of a wig come up, a bit of a vapoury. John is going to tell a little poem.
This is a very special ditty to two very special friends. A friendship so well tested by the time this ditty ends.
My chair.
Why did I spend weeks writing this thing and you're getting more laughs? This is a verbal crucifixion, Dave. Just before you go, and I apologise profusely. It's a tradition, don't you know? I pleaded with the lads not to make me write the ditty. Anyway, I hope you like it. And if you don't... No, tough titty. I wrote these words about you. I admit it. It's true. It's 3 years since we first met. Almost to the hour. But even then I noticed your lack of staying power. It was just like we were married, except we never used to fight. And you always did my washing up every Thursday night. You were a perfect partner with whom to share my life. But suddenly you ditched me in favour of you. We all know that. And I'm not just being coy. You really are quite clever for an Oklahoma boy. Being dumber than a box of rocks, you Okies face some sniggers. Be it genuine or fake. Dave took my advice once. Was that a big mistake? Scratch your Yahtzee, I said. He was really taken in. I shouldn't really con a friend, but I'll
Your wife, Mr. Gloom? You brought your wife to Bangkok? Mr. Gloom, are you by any chance from Oklahoma?
I resemble that remark.
Dave's an Okie with a college degree. God forbid it should get lost. It must be very valuable. Dave, how much did it cost?
Hey, Dave, did you know you got to hand in your degree certificate for the sponsorship transfer?
Not me, boy, not me. They're not getting their hands on my diploma again. Don't you start. I'm having enough trouble with this Burke up here. Not my diploma. My diploma's staying with me. You know, I've had that diploma since God was a baby. And before I came here, it was in pristine condition. Now it looks like a dog's dinner. It's been lost, torn, stapled, stamped upon, re-stamped, scribbled on, had coffee spilled on it. I mean, there were holes that big stamped in that sucker.
Ian, you were playing Ian with Boo.
Let me be the first year. Oh, I gotta have the other one.
It's time to play our favourite little game. Guessing what the E stands for in David's middle name. 8 feet, said I. What said Steve? The place to wear a shoe? No, 8 feet. It means all worn out. Dave, that sounds just like you. Economical, said Ian. Because on the matter of loose, how can I put this, Dave? You're the opposite of loose. Remember when you learned Arabic, if you can call it such, the only word of interest, E for expectant. Derek didn't agree with that. He said, Dave's not bloody pregnant. He's just bloody fat.
Derek, did you say that?
Well, it didn't fit the general theme. But he gave further explanation to the whole discussion team. Indeed, he explained it very well. He reduced us to... And when he explained it very well, he reduced us to tears. And eloquent is a great fat thing with a trunk and fluffy ears. Dave's not fat, said John O'Neill. He told us how he felt. The cause of Dave's Buddha belly is as well stocked as found. Money belt. But clearly, the measure of both your wealth, and weight is a vast amount of pounds. From said Judy on the spot, we said, you mean he's very lively? She said, no, he farts a lot. Then Judy had a second thought, and this one threw us all. Erect, she said with a smile and a wink. But Dave doesn't walk that tall. In fact, he's rather dumpy. Has hardly any height. So we all agreed with Jack and Jeff, egg-shaped sounded right.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
You've got an identity. It could be E for early night. As a discipline, that's fine. But even on a party night, Dave's fast asleep by 9. Is he still here? David is always tired because he works so hard. After a hard day of pushing on his pen, he's too tired to build a yard. Some people spend a lot of time building up a fence, but when they leave it's all destroyed. It doesn't make much sense. But David solved that problem. He won't bar, no deck. E for eagle-eyed shell spotter, because he caused such commotion with God's little vacuum cleaners at the bottom of the ocean. When Noli said erotic, Mrs. Q, when Noli said erotic, we laughed till we were sick. When someone said ejected, it reminded us of poor Dick. Poor Dick could hardly walk at all, crippled with his back. But instead of giving sympathy, Dave gave him the sack. A man who picks on cripples is ruthless and aloof. It's Steve's career that worries me. It could be on the roof. Affluent, said Dave's well-known friend. But that's not what he meant. The word we need starts with E. It must be effluent. I hope you know who the well-known friend is. But then he said ebullient. We couldn't help but titter. We said, you mean he's a lively talker? He said, no, ebullient shitter. Pity he can't spell. But there could be some truth in it. We think he did rather well. Oedipus was obsessed with a parent, excluding any other. And Dave's obsessed with his well-known friend, and he often calls him a mother, as he perused the marching orders signed by Hatchet with one of those obscene gestures that he's now famous for. The E actually stands for Earl. Earl Groom. He should be working in the stable. With all his past experience, he should be very able.
How's your past experience prepared you for working with dumb animals?
No, not money.
Go for his money.
Oh my God! Oh, geez! That's part of my take-home pay. Oh, I see.
It's time I put the record straight for all the folks back home. Hi, Mom. There's hardly a single word of truth. Hi,
Mom,
Mom.
American, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. It's time I put the record straight for all the folks back home. Hi, Mom. There's hardly a single word of truth in this entire poem. David Groom is not a tyrannical, overweight, tight-fisted rich man, nor a bungling half-wit. Mr. David Earl Groom, to you we doff our cap. Though you're a yoki from Oki, you're still a spitting chap. On a personal note, I say this. To you, my greatest fan.
You better laugh now.
Or should I say to both of you, David Earl and Judith Ann, your departure to Liz and I is something of a wrench. But it's not goodbye, but au revoir. David loves me talking French. We hope this is just a station, not the end of the line, and that we'll meet again and share some laughs over a glass of Heine wine.
Well, I was going to talk about the good Heine Winery.
I knew you would.
Yes,
I thought
Big
you would.
Red, Thor, and their cousin Ophelia. own the winery.
This is the first time we've heard this story.
Carry on.
You're really smashing people. There's not a lot of carrying on to do, really, because you're really smashing people, and I would like to express the best wishes of all of us. Good luck. Take care. God bless.